Hello, hello. She wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't.
She was
It's about that Mab Nation tonight.
Yes.
Look at that boy right there. Woo, he good looking. Ooh, him too.
It's Friday Night Lights.
You see him. You see him.
All right.
Van, mom, and dad.
Yes, yes. I am James Lee.
And I'm Tasha Lee.
And we are
Elevate
Marriage.
Marriages.
You trying to beat me saying it now? I think that's what it is.
Lower him off a little bit, right?
You're trying to beat me saying it. So we are here tonight. Friday Night Lights, it's Texas. That's what we do. So we in it. We're actually band boosters. So we're a part of it, and I'll take pictures for the band. So just kind of.
So this is our date night almost every Friday night
during the fall.
That's true.
And a little into like the start of the winter, or not technically winter, but
for Texas.
Yeah, for Texas. We got about 2 weeks of winter.
Yeah, something
maybe.
Like that.
Yeah, that's why I never buy a jacket. I will never go buy a jacket because as soon as I buy it, it'll get warm again, and I'll be mad.
And I buy a jacket because I'm cold-natured and I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. So anywho, we have been coming to you with video about the cake marriage, right? We did a little pop-in last week, just about just putting in the work. But we are really wanting to drive home the ingredients for the cake marriage and the importance of putting together that marriage that is
sweet
and delicious.
Right.
Yes. So,
and there takes a lot of the point of it all is that there takes a lot of different ingredients to make that cake, right? So a lot of individual things come together to make one great thing. And that's the point of that we're trying to drive home with the cake marriage.
Absolutely.
You come together as individuals to make one great thing.
Right. So we talked about friendship. We talked about trust and honesty versus transparency.
Right.
And so communication. This is in a cake. This is like the eggs.
Yeah,
in the cake, right?
Really
it kind of gives you that texture. It kind of holds
everything
together.
Yes.
Communication, or the lack thereof, can be the very what's they call the powerhouse, mitochondria of your marriage.
What?
Yes, that's a science term. Anywho,
not in a cake.
Yeah, but y'all know what I'm getting at. It's if you do communicate or if you don't communicate, it's going to have its own effect, whether you like it or not. I mean, communicating the good, communicating the bad, communicating the ugly. You really truly having a communication, and communication is about two people conversing, active listening, and really making sure that the other person heard and kind of regurgitating so that thought that was given on the other side is understood. That so I can say, okay, well, what I heard you say was, and then give the thought that she said. That is so key to a marriage because, first of all, no one's, I mean, some of you, if that's your profession, hats off to you. No one's a mind reader, right? Fortune teller. No one's doing that. That's not what we're supposed to do. Dropping hints and oh, well, I said this and he didn't get it, so whatever. No, now, come on, let's be adults. You have to communicate. If there's something that's bothering you, you have to communicate. And communicating really not just reading them to write at, just saying whatever you want to say. You have to really say something like you'd want to hear it.
Right.
You can't talk to someone, talk down to them, being condescending or making them feel less than for any reason. It just doesn't work that way.
And one of the main reasons why it doesn't work that way is because it gets lost in translation. So
Absolutely.
You're trying to communicate something to me, you're trying to tell me something, but you're yelling at me. Like James said, you're yelling at me or you're talking down to me or whatever the case may be. I have cut you off completely and I am not listening. I'm still here, I'm still present, and I may even still be making complete eye contact with you, but I am not listening to you anymore because I don't feel like you're talking to me, at least not the way that I feel like I should be talked to. And so what I'm really doing is I'm playing in my head, as soon as he takes a breath, I am on it. As soon, ladies, I'm sure you can relate. As soon as he takes a breath, I am boom. I'm gonna slam him about the way he talks to me. I'm gonna get back and say something else to defend myself, I guess, so to speak, against whatever he said. And I probably 9 out of 10 have completely missed the message because I was not listening. The delivery is off. So then my delivery is off. So now we're really not talking to each other. We're talking to ourselves, or not so much to ourselves, maybe just to a wall.
Or you're talking at each other, really. No one's really listening.
Great, talking at each other, and that's really big. So if I'm talking at him and not to him, then he's not getting the message of how I feel. He's not understanding what I want to happen. I'm not understanding his reaction to my reaction. None of that is happening the way it should, and you didn't move anywhere. You didn't go anywhere. And so you're still in the same place you are. And it's like, well, what happened? I told him, or what happened? I told her. You were talking again at me and not to me, and we missed the message and an opportunity for growth within our marriage.
Absolutely. And it's key. You said about the delivery, right? So I could say, oh, babe, you look so good today. I wish I could just eat you, girl. Come here.
Sucky.
Excuse us, America. Or I could just say, yeah, you look all right. I said that she looked all right, basically both ways, but I communicated really a little bit more and made her understand that I really, truly like the way she looks. I could say, thank you. Or I could say, oh, babe, thank you. You're saying the same thing as far as words go, but the way you say something can be completely different. Hey, give me that shoe over there. Hey, babe, you mind passing me that shoe? Same thing I'm asking for,
right?
But it's just the way that I'm saying it, because we
in the heat. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I was gonna.
We both need to have that servant attitude for one another, and that's when I said
servant attitude.
Servant attitude. When you're talking to each other, think about what you say before you say it. Listen to how you're gonna say, how your delivery is gonna come out, and if it didn't sound right to you, don't say it.
But that's just it. Sometimes we have misguided thoughts or intentions. I don't know what it is. In here, it seems like it's okay. Oh, she'll understand this if I say it this way, or this is how a man should say it, or I don't want to seem weak to him, so I'm gonna say it like this,
right.
Or whatever the case may be. No, you're getting all lost in the outside things. I treat him the way I want him to treat me. I don't mind serving him because I know he'll serve me, right? And that's the same way. I'm gonna get, now y'all hear that BBD up in here. Now y'all know I loves me some new wait.
So sorry
delivery.
about that. I got caught up in the
dance
names.
break. You missed it. Anyway, I was gonna say that in the heat of the moment, I think it's when it is probably, I won't say most crucial, because that's not really true. And anytime you're communicating, you want it to come across as genuine.
Absolutely.
And you want to, I don't know, just have some sincerity with it when you're talking. But that's the same situation when there's an argument. So if I'm really in the heat of an argument, the way I say things is even more important, because he's a little bit agitated. He may even be annoyed, but a little sensitive to anything that I say. So any inflection in my voice or roll of my eyes or neck can really destroy the message I'm trying to get across, if I'm really trying to communicate.
Absolutely.
If I'm fighting, that's different. If I'm fighting with the words, that's totally different. But if I'm really trying to come to some solution and not completely continue to beat up the problem, then I have to communicate that in the right way. And it goes with my verbal communication and my non-verbal communication.
Absolutely.
The rolling my eyes, or the crossing of my arms, or whatever the case. I want to be receptive.
Sighing.
Oh yes, big sauce.
Yeah.
All of that. It's communication.
That is communication.
It's communication. And to have good, clear communication, we have to check what we say and what we do, because it's all communicating something.
But the key is doing it. The key is doing it. You don't want to sit in a household or in a marriage, a relationship of any sort, where the communication is non-existent. Can you imagine living with someone and trying to coexist and you could never really speak with them?
everything's so touchy, or
That's
you know,
just-
it turns into a blow up.
It's not worth it. And before you know it, the enemy will get in your ear and tell you that, hey, it ain't worth it. We just need to leave. You can do better than her.
Right.
You know, you can find somebody else that can make you feel better, and that'll do this and do that. And
He doesn't love you.
don't nobody
He
want
doesn't
you.
listen to you.
Nobody else wants you but her. Stay.
That's important. It's really, really big.
Yeah.
And being able to really understand each other in the, like James said, the good times, the bad times, and the ugly times takes communication. Not just when the heat is on, but day to day.
Absolutely.
You know, well, that's how expectations get all mixed up in there too, and that's another video, I'm sure. But when we start to talk about things that I didn't even know you liked that. I didn't know you expected me to clip your toenails on every third Thursday of the month. You never told me that, you know? Or I didn't expect, you didn't communicate to me that I was supposed to only put your white t-shirts and your red t-shirts in 2 separate stacks. Whatever the case may be. If you don't communicate it, you can't expect the person to know and understand.
Absolutely.
And as you grow, and as your marriage is strengthened, and as your marriage is elevated, then you have to be able to communicate with one another in a way that's effective, in a way that you are truly getting your point across, you are being heard and understood.
Absolutely. So with that said, what you want to do is communicate with one another, but more importantly, communicate with God. Make sure that you're taking the time to communicate with God independently and together. Take some time to pray and communicate to God. It's very, very important. And I would have to say, knowing that your wife is praying for you and even hearing her pray for you, that's a lovely thing, fellas. It is a lovely thing. So take advantage of it. Do it, love it, communicate, and love each other. Love each other.
Absolutely.
So it's important to do it. So we are going to get ready to go ahead and jump into this whole parenting thing. And
Go Mavericks!
wishes, I don't think we need much luck on this team, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, we have been talking about just what we're trying to do each time we come to you, and we want your marriages to be changed. We want your thoughts to be challenged as far as marriage is concerned, as we continue to elevate your marriages, as we continue to encourage you to elevate your marriage.
Absolutely. So we look forward to talking with you next week,
time.
bringing you something that'll help elevate another ingredient to this cake marriage. So that's important. And then you can kind of work on it as we work on each other. All right. I'm
There you go.
James Lee.
And I'm Tasha Lee.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.